We've heard a lot about this Lord Thasus fella. Perhaps we will finally gain an audience with him at Moonglint Tower. I can guide you there, if you wish. Gathering materials makes for dull work indeed. Right, just follow me.
Goods for sale. I've weapons to sell. Truth be told, I'm of half a... Mind to pack. Much obliged.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
I fear I shall lose sight of you if you go much further. I shall take this opportunity to observe our surroundings. Now, our master beckons.
By your leave. Hold fast, Arisen. I will be with you in but a moment.
Succubi!
We have no means of exploiting our enemies.
Oh, a ballista.
It is not how we use this, but when that counts. I imagine it would be most beneficial in combat.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Excellent. I could have done no better.
I merely did as duty demands.
Well said.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing! Our foe has thrown us back!
No better time to strike.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
I'll combine my magic with yours to strike towards the spell.
I should be glad to assist you.
Our enemies have grown in number. This battle's end is more distant. Focus. A moment of indecision may spell our doom.
So it goes.
You would have us press on without delay? By your will, Arisen.
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Watch your footing, Master. Losing your balance on an incline this sharp could be perilous.
Turn out your front. Get back here. Hold it.
fiend felt that. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
Ensure your next attack is no less purposeful.
When tarred, be sure to avoid open flame. I shan't let them harm you.
By the might of my magic, I shatter the heavens! You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there.
The Arisen decide how it's all. We have them to both.
Arisen, are you all right? I believe this is intended as a means of transport. It would be interesting to see where it might take us.
This seems useful. It would be a shame not to employ it to our advantage.
Would seem the stone puppet has stopped. Have the wounded been tended to?
Yes, my lord.
Good. I trust you are prepared, Sovereign of Vermont.
Will it really be all right? I'm not about to be charred, am I?
Fear not. You are in no danger. The dragon shall be under my control when it appears. Come. Let us press onward.
Arrows would be a glad find. If any among our numbers wielded a bow.
They are hardly a burden on our backs.
What is it? Has something happened? You ought at least rest for the evening.
There should be a spare bed in the lodgings yonder. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take it from me. You're better off resting while you have the chance.
I shall wait. I shall take this opportunity to observe our surroundings. Do you feel the ground tremble underfoot? 'Tis proof that the volcano is very much awake.
The best quality of soldier can have.
It appears to be locked, and we've no key. Shall we try breaking it down?
Ill behavior will earn you a brigand's courtesy.
Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty. Lest you forget, 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
I'm well aware of that, thank you. Shall I assist?
am saved. Thank you, Arisen.
You will think this a trifle, but have you always pursued your current vocation over the course of your journey with the Arisen?
No, I was once a fighter, safeguarding our master with shield in hand.
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
I've weapons to sell. But is that really, truth be told, I'm of half a time to pack up and leave. What with the volcano? Growing more active of late. Always a pleasure.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
You're no soldier, are you? I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least. Always a pleasure.
Might I be of assistance?
I will use this opportunity to gather my strength.
It is really coming down.
I count myself fortunate. I suppose I'll handle this. Must we do battle amidst this dreadful downpour?
Focus. The skies aren't such big just because you grumble at them.
Have been chilled. Are you all right?
That was outstanding, if I do say so myself.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack. 'Tis locked, Arisen.
Be on the lookout for a likely-looking key.
Beg pardon if my hospitality is a bit lacking, sir. My duties tending to the excavation tools take up most of my time. But if you seek a bed and you've the coin, 'tis yours. No questions asked.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this time of day.
I return safe and sound, and I dare say wiser for my travels.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
Beg pardon but if you seek a bed and you've the coin, 'tis yours. No questions asked. Glad to be of service, sir.
Perusing. Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then? Do come again?
I've a selection of where. That sure hope to see you again.
Then I shall remain by your side. Living's hard, but dreams was all watching me. I swear it.
Not really today, like getting cut open.
My bed calls, and I shan't resist.
What is true peace, I wonder?
'Tis hard to find my footing in this darkness.
A contraption of some kind. I know not what to make of it. How shall we proceed, Arisen?
We pawns will be ready to respond, whatever the outcome.
Well now. I'm a lucky man. Thought I was waiting here for naught. But when someone finally does come along, 'tis you. I've always wanted a real fight with you. One-on-one. Here's my chance. You're not holding back on me, are you, Sir Arisen?
Tis Sir Ragnar, Master. We've not heard a whisper from the man since you parted ways at the cave. But there he goes.
He seems to desire a bout. You ought to fight him alone. We shall await you here. Best of luck to you.
Dragon, heed my call. Your will is mine to command. Curses. This arrival of the true Risen is most inopportune. Sovereign of Vermin, The ritual must not be disturbed. Let not the Arisen approach. You can manage that, I trust.
At last, we may confront the pretender to your title, Master. I hope the man made it peace.
The Arisen has been torched!
Dragon, heed my call. Your will is mine to command. Curses. This arrival of the...
At last, we may confront the pretender to your title, Master. I hope the man made his peace.
I shan't let them harm you.
Our intent to retain the spell and will overwhelm our foe with our combined magics. Rise, flaming winds, and scatter our foes!
Your efforts are for naught, Arisen. Now, simply watch as this world's hollow and fruitless order is remade by my hand. The ritual is complete. The dragon comes. Behold! The Royce Dragon! By my power, the dogma of dragons is unmade. You could ne'er understand, Arisen. You must all be freed from the vulgar order wherein the dragon's existence determines all. It's not enough. Cursed Arisen. You've doomed us all to the cycle. Anew.
Greetings, Arisen. Hast thou summoned the resolution to face me? Then answer me this. Why dost thou fight? Is it to reclaim thy flesh, thy stolen heart? Or is it to reclaim thy throne? I offer thee a choice. Grant unto me this life in my claws, and be gone from this place. Or stand and fight. Pitiable Arisen. The time for thou to make thy choice is come. Show me the path thou wouldst walk. Go, and thou shalt live to claim thy coveted throne. Fight and thy life is forfeit. The decision is thine to make. Wilt thou prove thy subservience and face me? Or wilt thou instead seek glorious escape? I tire of thy wavering. Wilt thou... And thou shalt live to claim thy coveted throne. Fight and thy life is forfeit. Thou wilt face the dragon's dogma. Intriguing. This then is thy will. Our parley is done. We must fulfill our charges. I as the dragon, and thou as the Arisen. Climb upon me. We shall depart for our true battlefield. Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Yet dost thou know what it meeteth the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into it save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving in such a world would be no simple matter. The world shall not change with my death, nor shall it change with Consider how it is thou came to be. How have the once closed paths before they come to be closed? Think well, Arisen, but rest. is upon us. We must decide a victor, and in so doing, form a link in the chain that bindeth this wheel. Tell me, Arisen, what is thy desire?
Is it to slay the dragon, thereby delivering darkness? Or dost thou seek conflict
Be sure to give it the breath of life first. Evade its tempest.
Dost thou realize thy wonder? Even our battle here was pure.
By the...
Thou art too late. The hour...
Is it to slay the dragon, thereby delivering the world from darkness? Or dost thou seek conflict with the mighty foe?
I'll combine my magic with yours that she might cross herself off.
Dost thou realize thy wonder? Even our battle here was preordained.
Be sure to give it the breath of life first. Evade it. On my way. Focus your attacks on the wall.
Your most priority is to douse those flames.
Now thou wilt witness my true strength.
Raise your part-time hair. Strike now. By the Christ, Magnetic, I catch the heavens.
There is no turning back on the path of ruin. Alas, I am slain. But heed this, Arisen. By will alone doth the world form a ring, an unending cycle. All is preordained. Even my death at thine hands. Yet perhaps thy will is great enough to put an end to it.
Why do you pursue me, Arisen? You have fulfilled your charge, are you not satisfied? Seek you greater status? Perhaps to rule the world entire? It is power you desire, you need merely spy out the path.
The choice is thine, Arisen. By thy will alone can the course of the winds of fate be altered.
You would still resist your fate. Understand you the folly of such a decision. Even the beating of your reclaimed heart was born of the great will of this world. Yet you would abandon it. Everything in this world, all that you have come to know as reality, is the creation of the great will. Should that will be lost, no mortal being could survive. However, if regret yet assails your spirit, then perhaps you should reaffirm your choice. Witness with your own eyes, or through the eyes of another, the fate of this world.
Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Yet dost thou know what awaiteth the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into it save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving in such a way.
No, stay away.
Pray. Turn back.
Leave now, while you can.
You have strayed, Arisen. And for what? Lest you forget. You have a world where you belong. There, you are to fell the great evil in your path and rule the people as their sovereign. For that is who you are. And it is my wish that you should live out that life of purpose. The time has come for you to return. Go. My children shall see you there safely.
Let us go home. Together.
To a world under your rightful rule.
To a world all your own.
This is your will? Then behold, a world unmerciful, bereft with benevolent hands and eyes. You find it strange. But this is your world. The world to which you longed to. Alas, if only you had chosen to become sovereign. At the end of your travails, you could have ruled over these lands in perpetual peace. Yet that world of limitless possibilities has ended. You stand now upon its remains. The vestiges of a world that could have been so much more. Innumerable wills have served to deliver this world from extinction time and time again. You alone have refused to carry out that great purpose. What you see before you is the consequence of your behold. Will all come to an end. As it has failed to be chosen, and as 'twill ne'er be read, this world will soon cease to exist. In the blink of an eye, the sickle of oblivion will reap aught that you have known. I would advise you not to waste these last moments. Perhaps, in doing so, you shall come to see the truth, and know the wretchedness of a world unworthy of being chronicled. How shall you fare, I wonder? Will you endure in this world, abandoned and unprotected?
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
Since times of El, remember. Conic blood. Then I bid ye farewell.
You wish me to return? At once, Master. Best to be on your guard. Magma scales are about.
Ice attacks work wonders against Ariel.
Become of the world. Would that there were someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Raphaeus speak of releasing the world from its bonds to receive fortune? I
do.
I think I can.
Ice attacks work wonders against their ilk.
Test our metal most.
Enraged our foe.
complete in no time at all. Our foes shall know my pain soon, Paul.
When enraged, this creature is capable of calamitous strength. You ought not to provoke it. Not stronger. It is not start striking. Look out, Arisen. We're under attack. The Arisen, it shall be done. I am here to aid you, Arisen.
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Since time, remember. Draconic blood flew, then I bid ye farewell.
If we must, let us finish this quickly.
I am well aware of the particulars.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worms, as they say. Feast your eyes on this.
Hang in there, Master. I am coming to assist.
Your pawn is nowhere to be seen, Master. But where would a pawn possibly go, leaving their own master behind?
Perhaps this, too, is Lord Phasus' doing. We ought to go and speak with him at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab. As I recall, the location of another of our tasks is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once. Over here, if you please.
These writings could be of import. Very well, but pray do not make me wait over long.
If I can but ascertain what is becoming of this world, I can find a means to put an end to it.
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with fang and claw. Laz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. Indeed, then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? And speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber,
Oh, Master. How long I've slept? Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead. I happen to understand Elvish, Master.
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged. What has become of the world? Would that there was someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Athea speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the Seafloor Shrine?
If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
Magma scales! There!
During my time with Lord Vasus, I found myself in a strange state of being. I was conscious of nothing. Nothing that is save your presence. I cannot explain it. Mayhap it was made possible by the bond we shared.
Ordeal indeed, and there is much for us to ponder. But for now, we must find a means to forge ahead.
What is it? What has happened to your magic?
These fiends will resurrect so long as their skulls remain intact. But fear not, I shall gladly smash every last one.
Battle is best avoided here.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
This calls for a curative.
I'll combine my magic with yours. You might cast the spell more quickly.
Ayu, Fanamo ne metane, and Fatelpi halanan andil, nolwendem.
Bronde minita?
As a matter of fact, the pride of the elves is evident in their conduct as much as their noble bearing. One can see why they're content to maintain distance from the other races.
Al-Karwa fir nun eldaya.
Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
I'm well aware of that, thank you.
Kemen Ross, Akasa, Aaron Fair.
The sky glows red with fury. What have we done to earn its ire? Ilmen Akaya Arume fa in Iterond Etel. Eldalia Noon. Where? Vinantai.